The Angela Hammond Mystery, a night that changed everything. On a cold April night in 1991, 20-year-old Angela Hammond was living what seemed like an ordinary life in Clinton, Missouri. She was 4 months pregnant and deeply in love with her boyfriend, Rob Schaefer. That evening, like many young couples do, she decided to call him from a payphone outside a local convenience store. It was around 11:15 p.m., and she just wanted to hear his voice one last time before heading home for the night. Angela was known for a bright smile and caring nature. She worked at a local business and was excited about starting a family with Rob. The couple had been together for a while and were planning their future together. That night's phone call was supposed to be nothing more than a sweet goodnight, a simple gesture that couples in love often share. As Angela chatted with Rob from the payphone, she began to notice something unusual. A man was standing near a dirty, beat-up green pickup truck in the parking lot. At first, she didn't think much of it. People came and went from convenience stores all the time, especially late at night. But this man seemed different. He wasn't shopping or getting gas, he was just watching. The man appeared to be in his 30s or 40s, with dirty blonde hair and a scruffy appearance. His truck looked old and worn, with a distinctive green color that would later become a crucial detail in the investigation. Angela mentioned him to Rob during their conversation, describing how the man kept walking around the parking lot, seeming to circle her area. "There's this weird guy here," Angela told Rob over the phone. She tried to laugh it off, not wanting to worry him. But as the minutes passed, her tone began to change. The man's behavior was becoming more concerning. He wasn't leaving, and he seemed to be paying too much attention to her. Then, without warning, everything changed in an instant. Rob heard Angela's voice suddenly shift to pure terror. She screamed, a sound that would haunt him for the rest of his life. The phone call didn't end cleanly. Instead, Rob could hear struggling, commotion, and Angela's desperate cries for help. Someone was attacking her. Without hesitation, Rob jumped into his car and raced toward the convenience store. His heart was pounding as he drove as fast as he could through the quiet streets of Clinton. Every second felt like an eternity. He knew something terrible was happening to the woman he loved, and he was desperate to reach her in time. When Rob arrived at the store, the scene was exactly what he had feared. Angela was nowhere to be seen near the payphone. But then he spotted something that made his blood run cold. The green pickup truck was speeding away from the parking lot, and through the back window, he could see Angela inside, struggling against her captor. Rob didn't hesitate. He immediately began chasing the truck, determined to save Angela and their unborn child. The chase went down the dark country roads outside Clinton, with Rob pushing his car to its limits. He could see Angela in the back of the truck, fighting for her life. He was so close, just yards away from the woman he loved. But then disaster struck in the cruelest possible way. Rob's car began to malfunction. The transmission started failing, and his vehicle slowed down despite his desperate attempts to keep going. He watched in horror as the green pickup truck pulled further and further away, carrying Angela into the darkness of the Missouri countryside. Within minutes, the truck had disappeared completely, taking Angela and all hope of an immediate rescue with it. Rob was left alone on that dark road, his broken-down car a symbol of his helplessness. He had been so close, maybe just 30 seconds away from catching up to the truck. Those seconds would replay in his mind for decades to come. The police were called immediately, and a massive search began. Law enforcement officers, volunteers, and search teams scoured the area for any sign of Angela or the green truck. The FBI got involved, recognizing this as a potential kidnapping case. Despite their efforts, no trace of Angela was found that night, or in the days that followed. Over the years, the case has generated numerous theories and possible leads. Some investigators believe Angela may have been taken by a serial killer who was active in the Midwest during that time period. Others think it might have been a random crime of opportunity. There have been reported sightings of Angela over the years, but none have been confirmed. The green pickup truck was never found, despite extensive searches and public appeals for information. The description of the suspect, a man in his 30s or 40s with dirty blonde hair, led to several investigations, but no arrests were ever made. What makes this case particularly heartbreaking is how close Rob came to preventing it. If his car hadn't broken down, if he had arrived just a few minutes earlier, if Angela had decided to call from home instead, the what-ifs are endless and painful. Today, more than 30 years later, Angela Hammond's disappearance remains one of Missouri's most haunting unsolved cases. She would be in her 50s now, and her child would be an adult. Rob never stopped loving her or hoping for answers. Law enforcement agencies still consider the case active, and they continue to follow up on any new leads that come in. The case serves as a reminder of how quickly life can change and how one phone call on an ordinary night can become the center of a decades-long mystery. Somewhere out there, someone knows what happened to Angela Hammond on that April night in 1991. Someone knows where she was taken, what became of her, and whether she and her unborn child survived. Until that person comes forward, Angela's story remains frozen in time, a young woman who simply wanted to say goodnight to the men she loved, and who vanished into the darkness, leaving behind only questions, heartbreak, and the haunting truth that evil can strike when we least expect it. The Angela Hammond case reminds us all to cherish the ordinary moments with the people we love, because we never know when those moments might be our last.